out of the meeting and then jump back in again.
Oh, I just put it live. So do we all
I
jump out?
one at a time, yes.
Well, then people
Check
are,
out, check back in, chat will be enabled.
okay. So all of us check out?
Check out, check back in.
Okay.
Jeremiah, when you can, please check out, check back in. Jill, I need to make you host real quick so I can step out.
Jill, can you hear me?
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Our webinar is beginning. So nice to have everyone here. I'm Jill Horowitz. I'm your Alumni Engagement Officer here at Broward College. And I would like to just take a minute or two and tell you about our program and what we have. Many of you are returning to our webinars. This is about our 9th one, and we've got a nice audience that's really excited to hear a lot of our stories from our alumni and also friends of Broward College. This is our webpage so that you can connect and learn more about our events. We have spotlights that we feature, our newsletter, everything's there for you, and over 1 million other alumni from Broward College. A little bit of housekeeping. We have the Q&A panel, but we also enabled the chat. So if you want to make comments, I know our panelists would probably appreciate and love to hear feedback from you as they go along in the presentation. So before I get on with anything further, I thought what we would do is get you used to taking a poll and ask a poll question, which is, when is the last time you gave back to your community or did an act of kindness? So this will give us an idea from our audience of how soon or how long ago they were able to do that. So if everybody would like to just go ahead and participate, we can go ahead and do that. And our holiday, if you can enable that our panelists can vote as well, is that something that we can do? So that
I'm going to have a look at that right now.
Can participate. If not, we will just go ahead and we will go ahead from here. So, okay. So when we get the results, I'm going to share the results for you. Is everyone seeing the results now? Okay. So a lot of people, some did it as much as today, this week, 1 to 3 months, and this year. So I think pretty much we have everybody that is giving back in some way, which is really exciting. So that's a really exciting thing. So next, I have the great pleasure of introducing our Vice President of Advancement and Executive Director of the Broward College Foundation. Nancy is the glue of why we are all here today and puts everything together. Believe it or not, for the last 15 years at Broward College, she has taken our foundation and taken it to the next level of so many things that we do for students and for faculty. It goes on and on. She also personally mentors dozens of students, and she's opened so many doors for them, and she stays close to them long after their graduation. So without further ado, Nancy, would you please tell us a little about the secret of living is giving from your perspective?
Thank you, Jill. Welcome, everybody. Happy holidays. It's really an honor for me to be here with you this evening. This is obviously one of my favorite subjects, and I've had the honor and privilege of being in a line of work where I can experience the joy of giving every single day when I come to work. There's not a greater feeling in the world. You know, think back to a time when you bought the perfect gift for somebody and you wrapped it up and they're waiting, and then you give it to them, and then they sit there and they hold it and they're talking. It's like, no, open it. Cause you know, you just get so excited about when you're able to do something really special for somebody. And I think that's really how I've perceived, you know, my work. And yes, I'm on the fundraising side, but there's not a greater feeling in the world than being able to deliver on a donor stream. And whether that's introducing them to a student that they helped get through college, whether it's funding a program, showing them a piece of equipment that our students are now using, or walking into a building that they helped fund and watch their eyes light up. It truly is about facilitating that gift of giving in a way that's deeply meaningful and powerful. So I am so excited to share this time with fellow Broward College alumni from our great institution, all of whom are doing super impressive things and exciting things in this world. And you know, together, it's just amazing what we can achieve when we all take a slice of making the world a better place. Those collective efforts truly make a difference. So thank you in advance for all the great tips you're going to share with our audience today. Thank you for who you are to this world and what you do, and go Seahawks. So I'll turn it back to our wonderful hostess, Jill.
Thank you. So I'm going to give a quick overview of our panelists. The good news is they're going to really go into their story, but I just thought I would take a minute and share a couple quick things about each one. Jeremiah is currently owns his own public relations firm, Cartaya Communications, and he earned his AA at Broward College and went on and got his bachelor's at FAMU. So that's about Jeremiah. Next, we have Tamara Chase. She's the CEO and owner of Chase Roofing and Contracting for 18 years. And she earned her AA at BC and then went on and got her bachelor's at NSU many years later. And she's been very active in the community, as you will see. Next, we have Brenda Morrison. Brenda started her AA here at Broward College, and then she got her bachelor's at FIU and currently is getting her master's in public administration at Nova. While she isn't a busy board member at the Urban League, she is in charge of the Young Professionals Network, which is very, very exciting, leading our young people to do great things, and also gets to sit on their board. So that's what she's up to. And then we have our exciting and wonderful couple, Reginald and Tanya Andre. And Reginald is the CEO of ARC Solvers for the last 11 years. They do state-of-the-art like IT support services and products. And he founded the company. He got 2 AS degrees at Broward College. And Tanya is also co-founder of ARC Solvers, but she's also CEO and founder of her own charity nonprofit called the Manuva Project, which she's going to tell you about. Their purpose is to increase awareness about human trafficking. So looking forward to hearing from her. She is a friend. We have alumni and friends. She went and got her bachelor's of science at Lee University in ministry leadership. So without further ado, except for our work study student, I want to give a special shout out to Jamila, who's also known as Millie Bowie. She is studying both psychology and biology here at Broward College. And she is the one that we all need to give a shout out to that put this whole webinar together from concept to completion. So without further ado, I can't wait. I've seen all the slides and I cannot wait to hear the dialogue that goes with them. So first and foremost, Brenda, why don't you start? I will go to your first slide.
Thank you so much, Jill. And it's truly an honor as a BC alumna to be able to give back in this manner. So I'm happy to be joining everyone tonight. So the first slide kind of goes into why should I consider volunteerism while still in college? As of now, I do hold the position of president over the Urban League of Broward County's Young Professionals Network. That is the volunteer auxiliary of the Urban League for young professionals between the ages of 21 to 40. I actually joined my journey with the Urban League started at the end of my last semester at Broward College. And I was definitely just yearning for an opportunity to get involved in my community, but also build my skill set while I was contemplating what my next steps after Broward College would be. And so here I have featured some photos. One on the photo on the left is actually from, I believe, one of the first activities I volunteered at, which is roughly about 5 years ago, where we had the opportunity to work together with rebuilding together Miami-Dade to be able to actually restore a community person's household. And that opportunity really showed me what it meant to give back in a way as a college student. Often you think you need to be well involved in your career to be able to give back, but doing something like that, taking time out of my day just to give back to somebody else who served in the community, definitely meant a lot to me. I also believe it definitely opened up doors for me in the outside of the classroom, being able to connect and network with people and building up my network capital. Often your classmates will definitely build up your network. And oftentimes I can say from me starting my journey at Broward College, I was a very shy student. Didn't really talk that much, but I knew I had a yearning and a desire to become much bigger than I could possibly imagine. And to be able to do that, I needed to at least figure out a way how to break out my shell, and volunteerism did that for me. Volunteerism also allows you to develop a deeper sense of your core values, being that when you're in college, you're often thinking these resources are there to help you, but you often don't think about how you can then use those resources to help somebody else while you're in school. And volunteerism allowed me to develop a deeper sense of my core values that no matter how high or how low I sat within my career, giving back is always something, and volunteerism is always a core value of mine. Next slide. So how is it important? How important is it to get involved and give back to my community? Super, super important, more than I could possibly imagine, especially as a student at Broward College. It's a way to stay abreast of community affairs and then be an engaged citizen, regardless of which industry you decide to explore. The top photo actually shows one of our members that actually participated in a MLK parade at the top of this year, but also we went right into the community and met them where they are to share information about the census. That sense of duty and fulfillment of giving back to your community by sharing very pertinent information that very well could affect the daily in and outs of their lives is definitely something that you should consider while giving back to your community. Service is definitely the rent that we pay, and it's the very purpose of life and not something that you just do in your spare time. And that's a quote by Marian Wright Edelman. And I truly believe that is something that I have learned just through my volunteerism that continues to seep into my life. Giving also maximizes your abundance and allows you to build community with like-minded professionals who enjoy giving back to their community as well. The bottom photo actually shows a restorative justice circle that's been put on by the Justice Project that is done through the Urban League that works in conjunction with police officers and youth that have been affected by the criminal justice system, and creating space just to air out any grievances, any concerns that they may have. And at the end of the session, truly building community and like-minded relationships that will last way beyond what's discussed within that circle. Next slide. So why is it important to reach back to the next generation coming up? And this question really warms my heart because I was a beneficiary of this. Because of other young professionals laying the bricks for the Young Professionals Network, I've now been able to inherit that. And sitting as president, I'm now able to do that for the next generation. I believe the next generation needs to see college students and young professionals getting involved in their community and reaching back to inspire others to do the same. As you see here, I do have a picture here with Sammy. This is actually Sammy the Seahawk. This is actually from a teen summit that we did a couple years back that we worked with MTL to be able to create an opportunity for students to get engaged around the STEM area of field. Also, one of my favorite programs that we do at the Urban League is a Brain Bowl competition where the young professionals actually serve as officials for a Black History competition in which students are able to compete at a local and regional competition and then go compete for a state spot to be able to compete for full ride scholarships to any college in the state of Florida. Something that always warms my heart, being able to give back to the next generation. And then the last bottom slide is a session that we do with our youth at the Deerfield Beach High School, where we mentor the students and we give out scholarships at the end of the year. And this was actually a STEM related activity that we were teaching the students about aviation and even architecture with the students. Next slide. So that gives a brief overview of, to me, what giving back means. This topic is truly near and dear to my heart because I did not have those values kind of instilled in me. And it's not until I had the opportunity to just step outside the classroom, step into my community, not worrying about if I had the financial backing to be able to give back, but truly just put myself in the trenches and learn about the common threads that we all face and how we could best support our community. Definitely allowed me to become a better leader and a better woman, I would say, to be able to give back to my community. So last but not least, I definitely want to share with you all to please stay connected with the Urban League of Broward County and the Young Professionals Network as well. These are the social media handles. The Urban League is here to support you. It's been in existence serving our community for 45 years, and the Young Professionals Network has also been serving the community for the last 13 years. I can say this has definitely elevated me within the last 5 years. I've become, started out at 21. Here I am sitting at 27, being a testament of how giving back has truly, truly, truly changed the course of my life. And I thank the opportunity to join you all tonight.
Okay, so do you want to do the question, Brenda? I think.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So given what I kind of shared so far, what is your most common approach to giving? I'm not sure when the results are going to tap in, but I'm eager to see what the results are.
Okay, we'll finish up the voting now. Everyone please vote. And okay, there you go.
Awesome. Awesome. So I love the fact that the I'm not able to give currently is actually at 0. That's amazing because giving looks different in so many different facets, and I'm so glad to see that even the winning number is supporting groups in local areas. That's awesome.
Okay, great job, Brenda. Thank you so much. And next, we'll bring on Millie. Jamila, go ahead and please tell us about you.
Hello, I'm Millie. So I just wanted to give a little variation of what we define as giving back. There's a lot of different forms of giving back and a lot of different ways that we kind of hide behind the curtain and kind of forget about. So these are some different variations like compassion, generosity, just an ear to listen, benevolence, such. Next slide. And the way that I feel as though a community is impacted through giving, which is very important, is giving to others and giving to charity is how we create that sense of community. It's how we bond with each other. It's how we kind of support each other as a family. Obviously, we're not connected by blood, but within a community, you are a sense of family. And even being at Broward, I see the sense of family. I see how we try to give back to our community, giving donations for hygiene products, giving donations for when Thanksgiving. I saw my own professors actually giving boxes out and donating in support of Broward College. So there's a lot of different ways that we can, give back to our community and create that positive change, to better our society. So some examples that I personally support myself are Boys and Girls Club of America. My mom was actually a part of that organization when I was growing up. And the Salvation Army is some I shop there and I also donate there as well, when I need to donate some clothes and things like that. So next slide. I actually recently interned at an organization, a nonprofit organization called To Write Love in Our Arms that focuses on providing hope and help to people struggling with a variety of things like addiction, depression, things like that. And I think that the story of this organization is really the definition of giving back. My boss, Jamie, he started by helping a friend. A friend needed support in finding a way to get into rehab for her, her depression. And he actually started selling shirts to raise the money. And with that, with those funds, he actually got her into rehab and she actually was able to better herself. And he made a post on MySpace that kind of took him and elevated him into this amazing organization that's been so supportive and has helped so many people, providing them with the help that they need. So Taloha is the organization that I personally have been hand in hand. I see how many different ways how easy it is to donate. I see how people donate from their paycheck, how people donate online, how, I just recently created a fundraiser page for my birthday that people donated to. There's just a various different ways, and they're always making sure that their platform is providing those different ways, which I really enjoy. So next slide. And I feel as though giving back is important. I was raised to believe that you treat others how you're supposed to be treated and you give what you expect to receive. I know that in my family, I give to my family and they give back. I give to my friends and they give back. And what goes around comes around. Karma is, it's not really karma. It's just the way of creating positivity to get back positivity. So that's why I feel as though giving back to your community is important, especially in our society right now, where there's a lot of, different tones that are going on. And we really just all need to be on the level of that, creating positivity and getting that back positivity and bringing that positivity to our community. So next slide. And how to be more charitable or how to be more, giving. I think that it's as simple as adapting and changing the way that you live. In the past 2 weeks, I can count how many times that I've gone out and bought food, but I could have saved that money and actually donated to a better cause. So it's being more cautious, teaching others and teaching, others in our environment how to give back, how to save, how to, have different types of mechanisms so that that there's not just one form of giving. It's not just taking out your paycheck or your checkbook and writing a $100 check. You can go out and actually donate right there. You can give, a sandwich to a homeless person on the side of the road. There's a lot of different ways. So being the charitable consumer and making that commitment is the sole way that we all need to change our lifestyles and make sure that we're making an impact and giving to others in our community. So.
Wow, Millie, that was really profound. You did an
Cool
unbelievable
question.
job. It's hard to believe you think that at your age so profoundly. That's beautiful. So go ahead and let's take the next question. You can read all the responses.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
Why do you give? And is to give back to society or prevent local problems, belief in the organization of choice, to support research, to reduce personnel taxation. And at this point in my life, I am not able to give. Oh, and I can vote.
Yeah, the panelists can vote. We were able to. So go ahead and. Okay, a couple more seconds and here we have it. Let's get the results. Okay, Millie.
To give back to society and prevent local problems at 68%. Nice. And then belief in organization of choice is next. Those are really good choices. And as long as you have something that you stand by and you support, that's all that matters when it comes to giving back.
Right, and I think both of the questions so far have really reiterated the closeness of our community. So far, local community has been really, really exciting. So now we get to hear from Jeremiah. I am excited to hear what you have to say. So take it away, Jeremiah.
Hello, hello, hello. First off, thank you so much, Broward College, Millie, Jill, for doing this amazing webinar. I was elated when you all reached out to me because I love Broward College. And there are people and I can't go by without giving a shout out to some of the people that's in the chat. Alicia Warble, when I started at Broward College North Campus, I worked on campus and I became a peer mentor because of Alicia. Mr. Paul Falarka, I was a work study in the Student Affairs Department under the leadership of Mr. James Evans and Greta Jackson. So it's a lot of great people who I still stay in contact with from Broward College, and I'm so happy that Broward College gave me so many amazing opportunities. And even when I went off to Tallahassee, I told everyone, I'm from Broward College, and I let it be known. And Broward College gave me a platform to give back. I was involved in student ambassadors, student government, because giving back is so important. My slideshow is kind of short, so let's go to the next slide.
Oops, sorry. Okay.
So the quote, I put this quote in there and I'm going to expand on it. And this quote is so important to me. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody he's traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. One of the things, if someone says they know that song, one of the things I find it very important is we as individuals, it's important that we play a role in our community with giving back. As we take a step up, we must reach back to those that are coming up behind us and give them an extra boost. So one of the things that I do in the community is I do a lot of mentoring. I mentor a lot of individuals who are either interested in politics or interested in majoring in public relations. And I'm happy to say one of my mentees just graduated on Saturday with his bachelor's in PR. And the reason why I started giving back was because back in 2007, I was in 7th grade and I was on FAU's campus and I heard Janet Reno speak, the late Janet Reno speak, the first female attorney general for the United States under the Clinton administration. And she said, young people, we must take our mark. We must give back. We must speak up when things are going wrong. And from that point on, from 7th grade up until now, I started giving back. Even before I can register to vote, I went out and registered people to vote. When issues arise in the community, I spoke up, sent emails. But not only that, even while I was in high school and middle school, I couldn't give money, but I gave my time. And that's what I want our panel, not the panelists, but our audience to know is, even if you don't have money to give back, you can give your time, whether it's volunteering for 2 hours, 3 hours, going downtown, feeding the homeless, or even packing care bags for someone. And then once you get to that point in your life where you can give money, then that's when you can give back that money that people may need. So after I left Broward College, I transferred to FAMU. While at FAMU, I studied in PR. If you go to the next slide, I included some pictures The picture in the middle is me. I was invited to FAMU DRS, which is the elementary school, to read to the children. They asked me to come and do a read aloud, and I had so much fun reading to the children. The first picture is one of my mentors, May Smith. She ran for city commissioner here in Lauderhill, and she asked me to be a part of her campaign, and I loved walking in the parade with her and giving back and, you know, handing out material to individuals. And the last picture is, there's so much civil unrest in our community. I decided, along with another organization, to host an event with our local police officers where we sat down at the table and we broke bread together and we talked about ways we can change our community. The next picture, next slide. But at the bottom, you see County Commissioner and former Mayor Dale Holness. Dale Holness is another mentor of mine, and he's somebody that I want everyone, if you need someone to help you with any type of community engagement event, definitely reach out to him. He'll be there for you. The picture in the middle there is me with a megaphone. When Stoneman Douglas, when the student at Stoneman Douglas happened, I got a phone call to march, to help organize a march. I was tired. I didn't get home till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because the day before we were counting votes. And I said, I'll be there. I was running off of water and an apple in that picture. I was exhausted, but I took the megaphone and we marched to the Capitol. And then the last picture is I give my talent. I go to First Baptist Church of Fort Lauderdale where I'm a member of the orchestra and I direct the handbell choir. So I give my time, my gift, and my talent. And I also give money when I'm able to give money. And giving back is such a blessing because years down the line, you get to see people that you helped. There are so many students that I've helped in the past. And even today at work, I ran into someone who remembers me doing mentoring programs at the library. And he said, hey, you used to do the mentoring programs at the library. I said, yes, I did. And he said, man, I just want to thank you. And I said, well, why me? And he said, because having a young man in my life like you as a role model really helped me. And you know, that brought a tear to my eye. You know, that brought a tear to my eye to see someone that I helped doing great. And Broward College, between Broward College and FAMU, I received so much support from both institutions. Like I said, Broward College, even after I left and went to FAMU, when I used to come home on my breaks, I would come by and visit Broward College. I would come by and I'll send off an email, let them know, hey, I'm coming home, I'm coming to visit. And even when I got ready to graduate, I went on to my email and I sent all my old academic advisors, all of my, and someone said, true story. Yes, I sent my academic advisors, Dean Evans, everyone, a graduation photo of me and saying, look, the young man that you all sent off to Broward College has done his due diligence. And I'm going to close with this. Students that are currently at Broward College, get to know your professors. Reach out to them. You're going to need them someday. Let them support you. If you're having a community event, let them support you. It is important that we all work together during this time. It is so important that we all come together as one. And that's why giving back is so important. And don't say, and don't get mad because, this person is doing more than you. Hey, that doesn't matter. It's about what you do. If you only can give 10 minutes of your time, that's fine. If you only can give 1 hour of your time, that's fine. If you can only give $1, that's fine. Because that dollar is so much important, just as that $1 billion. Trust me, I can't give back $1 million. I just started my own PR firm. But when someone asks me to give, I say, look, I can give you $10. I can give you 20. Hey, if I'm feeling happy, I can give you 50.
Well, we'll see about that. You're just starting out. You may get there. I think you're a good entrepreneur. So let's wait and see on that. Don't sell yourself short, Jeremiah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Thank you, guys. Yep.
All right. I think we'll let you launch this next. It's funny how this next question is relevant to everything you just said. So good choice. Let's see what our audience says is important to them.
What aspect of charity or giving back do you find most rewarding? Wow. And I can't vote on this. Can I? I think I can. uh, I voted. Everyone else vote.
There we go. Okay. Well, I think we pretty much have everybody's vote, and we will share the results. And there we have it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Everyone that answered the first one, A, 74%, I love it. I love you.
Right.
That's
Excellent. It's interesting that no one said D, because in a way, by getting others, then we could get the power of exponents of everyone could get everyone else to give. But everybody did a great job. And so now we're very excited to introduce Tanya Andre. So we will let you go ahead and take it away, Tanya. You're on mute, Tanya. There we go. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. And thank you so much, Broward College, for the invite and accepting me as a friend of the college community. So thank you so much. Like you said, my name is Tanya Andre, and I am the co-founder, co-owner, and the business development director at ARC Cybersecurity and IT Services, which Broward Community College should be very proud of, because our company is a direct representation of the great work that Broward community does. We have been voted for the past 4 years in a row, South Florida's fastest growing IT company in South Florida by the South Florida Business Journal for 4 years in a row. So that's something that we're really happy. And we say thank you to Broward Community College. I mean, not just for the training, but we've actually hired people from Broward. We've had interns from Broward. So we are very well connected with the community. Aside from that, I am the CEO of the Mavuno Project. So the Mavuno Project is Swahili for harvest. So if you translate it, it is called the Harvest Project. And our mission is to raise awareness on human trafficking and sexual abuse, awareness and prevention. And we do that locally, but we also do that internationally via mission trips. Since we were established as a 501c3 in 2017, we have traveled all over the state of Florida, but we've also been to Honduras, El Salvador, and Haiti to spread awareness on human trafficking. So I actually love helping businesses grow. And I have a passion for encouraging people to live a life of freedom. And I do that again by educating and showing people on how to prevent human trafficking from happening. But I also do that by encouraging and mentoring younger girls and women, and encouraging them to be the best person that they can be. And that comes from a spiritual standpoint and also from a physical standpoint when it comes to careers and, you know, their giftings and their talents. I feel like freedom is something that needs to be lived from the inside. And then you kind of like project that freedom on the outside with the works, with what you do. So that's one of the things that I'm very passionate about. I do have a strong background in marketing. And I do feel that the Mavuno Project, it's my purpose in life. And I also like to share that your career is a step to get to your purpose. So take everything that you are learning right now, whether it's at your job, whether it's at your business, an internship, take all of that in and use all of that knowledge to start living and fulfilling your purpose in life and move forward. So some of the things that why did I start? Okay, why did I start the Mavuno Project? So I started the Mavuno Project and speaking on human trafficking due to my own experiences as a survivor of sexual abuse myself, but also because as I was in my younger years, I started to sell jewelry inside of strip clubs. And kind of like as a hustle. I don't know if you guys know what a hustle is, but yeah, thumbs up if you know what a hustle is, right? So I started selling jewelry inside the strip clubs, but I always say that everything has a purpose, right? So when I thought that I was really going in there to try to make money, what I saw was the underground darkness and secrets of human trafficking inside of strip clubs. So when I encountered that, I mean, face to face, to the point to where I was even approached to see if I wanted to be trafficked, it really hit home to me. And I really feel that that's when I had to become a voice and I had to let people know the reality of what goes on underneath and underground of those types of scenes. Why this is important to me, because I don't want any girl or any person to go through what I went through and to go through things that I saw personally through my experiences. So those are the things that impact me and that I find are significant to what I do and my purpose in life. What you're seeing here, actually, some of our accomplishments. The first picture, the Bisex Be Exposed, the Mavuno Project was a part of this year's Super Bowl. At the beginning of the year, we were part of the Stop Sex Trafficking campaign along with the Women's Fund. And I was chair of the marketing team for that specific group. So that was an amazing accomplishment for us. We are also partners with the Miami Dolphins with the Football Unites program. So we're excited that the Miami Dolphins adopted our project to do great things in the community. We've actually fed over 5,000 people this year during COVID season, along with the Miami Dolphins. Listen, anyone can become vulnerable to human trafficking. So a plate of food can save someone from becoming a victim. So that's really my heart. And I hope that you guys enjoy me, and I'm glad to be a part. And if you guys need to reach me, I'm here, I'm available. I would be so excited to speak to you guys further. And some of my words of wisdom is, if you're trying to figure out your purpose in life, think about what pains you the most and do something about it. So if there's something that doesn't let you sleep at night, think about it, do something about it, and most likely you'll land right into your purpose. And another amazing quote that I live by is, let us not grow weary in doing good unto others, for at the proper time you shall reap mavuno, which is Swahili for harvest, if you do not give up. And that is found in the Bible in Galatians 6:9. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's launch your question.
What influenced you the most to give? Being asked by a friend or colleague, personal experience, advertisement, social media. Habit, I do the same thing every year. I typically don't give due to time and financial restraints.
That was great. You really were able to share your really intimate thoughts, which takes a lot of bravery. So thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so most people voted. I think we all got everybody, and we'll share the results. Tanya, what do you think?
Awesome. Personal experience, past or present. Yes, right on. That's exactly
Really
what
matched up with what you had to say. So thank you very much. And now we're going to hear from Reginald. Excited to hear your story.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. As as everybody was speaking, I was actually thinking about how, what year did I graduate? And then I realized that I'm actually one of those special Broward College kids. And by special, I mean, by the time I finished school, I should have had a doctor's degree because I started in 2001 and I graduated about 2014, 2015. So it really, really took me a long time. But that just tells you, for everyone listening, if, I know that a long time ago they had that, come back, finish what you started. And that just tells you that it doesn't, the degree doesn't tell you when you started or when you stopped. It just says the year you graduated. So for those that are still thinking about going back or haven't finished, finish what you start. So next slide, please. So as is mentioned, we specialize in cybersecurity and IT services, and our business has been together for about 11 years now. And one of the things that I love as being as a business owner is that I can give back to those that didn't have that chance. And as Tanya mentioned, we partnered with organizations such as Broward College, Year Up, and other programs where we're able to get students that are either a little lost in as far as what they want to do and they want to kind of test the waters in IT. Because, for example, when I started Broward College, if you look at my transcripts, I started as an English teacher. And then I had the opportunity to do an internship at one of the local high schools. And I realized, whoa, this is not for me. And then from there, I decided, all right, I'm going to change my major. And of course, nothing really changed and as far as the credits and things like that. And I had to start all over. So one of the things that I like to do as a business owner is to find those that are willing to put in the work. And let's see if the IT career is for you. So that's what I love about giving back when it comes to being an owner, because I can selectively handpick those students and then walk arm in arm just to see if this is going to be a good fit, or at least to give their resume some type of experience so that when they do go into the real world, they're not just saying, well, it's great that you graduated, but you have no experience. Next slide, please. So also as a business owner, and because I can essentially, create my own budget, I love that here at Arc Solvers, we're able to do what we call the charity line item in our budget sheet. And that essentially is that we give about 3% of our profits every year back to charity. And that can either be via the Mavuno Project or other local organizations that are doing things in the community that cares for us. So like, for example, here in the pictures, you're going to see actually just last Saturday, there was a program called Shop in the Boss, where these were underprivileged kids that more than likely were not going to have Christmas gifts. Something as simple as you thinking that everybody's going to have Christmas gifts, where this organization found kids that literally was not going to have Christmas gifts. And as our company, we were able to get 7 of our staff members to come out, and we actually shopped with those kids. And they had $100 voucher that Arc Solvers, in this case, we provided to the kids, and they were able to shop for their gifts. And that's a great thing that as an owner, I'm having the ability to do. And the cool thing about that is when I'm presenting to my clients, I'm actually letting them know we are very big in giving back. So not only when you're, when the clients are spending their dollars with us and they're choosing for us to service them, they're knowing that they're also giving back. The second picture here shows when we went to El Salvador. So one of the cool things is that in IT and the technology, you'll have these organizations where after 3 years, 4 years, they just want a new computer. They may not even need the new computer, but they just want to, hey, it's 3 years, we have the budget for it, let's get a new computer. So now we're able to take those laptops, take those desktops, those monitors, those printers, and we're now able to ship it internationally where these students have nothing. And that's so that's here showing where we're basically putting things in a barrel, we're shipping it to another country, and then now we're just giving it out and providing it to these schools. The third picture here is with the Year Up program, where we were able to mentee someone, and every 6 months prior to COVID, we basically had a student where they work hand in hand with me and my team, and we're able to do a lot of things that unfortunately in the schools where yes, they're book smart, but they don't have that street smart yet. So we're actually able to give them real life scenarios of, okay, you know what? I know the book says this is how you do it, but in the real life, this is really what happens, and this is how you should approach those things. And then the last picture is me talking to a group of students in Honduras, and this is on our faith and just letting them know that, you know, no matter what your circumstances, because for me, I grew up in a single family home, a broken home. I was abused as a child, and that I could have just been a statistic. I grew up in Miami Gardens. And my statistics said that I should have been dead or in jail or just a low-paying job. And I was able to break that statistic. And this is my message when I go speak to people here locally and internationally.
Yes, I've heard you speak. You're amazing.
Thank
So
you.
yes. Okay, so here we are. He was also 40 under 40 for South Florida Business Journal, which is another great honor. So I'll let you ask this last question from you, Reginald, which is interesting because you have a variety of different things that each of you have had a passion for. So let's see what our audience thinks about these different options here.
All right, so who or what group do you give back to the most? Either your time or financially or both?
Okay, I think everybody voted. And here's the results.
All right, and our number one is children and family services. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I believe obviously the children are our future, as the song goes, and we have to prepare the next generation.
Okay, very good. I know, sorry that we don't have multiple choice options. So now without further ado, our last and next panelist is Tamara Chase. So Tamara, are you able to go? I'm not showing that your camera is on. Holiday, are we able to put her camera on? Tamara, is your microphone on?
I can unmute myself, but I'm not sure what's happening with the camera.
Your video?
It doesn't have a video option is why.
Are you with Stephanie and her camera or?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Can you hear me or no?
Yes, we can hear you. So
Okay.
we'll have to just go with that. Okay. So for right now, we'll do the audio while we try to work on getting your camera working. So go ahead and take it away, Tamara.
Okay. She's in here trying to.
Okay. Oh, did we get you? Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. So I think I have a computer for you, Reginald, if you'll take laptops.
Okay. You're on. You're on. Okay.
Awesome. So I'm so happy to be here. I have spent my whole life around giving back, and it's something that seems very normal for me. My mom taught me to volunteer when I was super young, so I really don't know anything else. So at church, we were volunteering anytime there was a big sale or a chance to volunteer, we did. And then I got into the orchestra, and we would do cantatas and really got involved with that. And then through high school, I did it. Through college, I went to my first year away. Didn't do good at all. So anybody who's thinking about college after their first year, I may be a testament. Call me, I'll let you know how it went. But the first year I bombed out, and then I did community college here and there, and I finally finished with Broward at age 30. And then I went to Nova and finished there at 32, and have just gone nonstop. So don't ever quit. Keep going. So anyway, the reason that I love giving and the reason I have continued doing that as I've gotten older are for a lot of the obvious reasons. It feels so good. It feels so good to be a part of it. And it also feels really good to take your influence of your friends and get them on board with you and really do this as a team. And now I have a business. And so some of the things that I get to do now, we're involved with Special Olympics. I was a volunteer with Take Stock at Children for a long time. I fell in love with some of the girls there. I always wanted to work with high school kids. I don't know why. And then I was a guardian ad litem, and I wanted to work with high school kids there. And everybody thought I was a little crazy. Like, why would you want to work with all these teenagers? They're like so difficult. I'm like, well, you had to go through what they had to go through, and the poop that's on their plate, you might have an attitude too. So, I would find out really quickly that they would realize you're on their side and supporting them, and they would just be wonderful. So I've always loved working with teenagers. That in turn turned into a nonprofit that I formed called Emerge.
Tanya, am I supposed to be rolling the slides along with this?
Yeah, because I didn't.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I'm not busy. Okay.
So I started a nonprofit called Emerge, and it's all about stepping into that next best version of yourself. And I called it Emerge because we're going to be doing that our whole life. So we're always emerging into that next level. So that is, I do that for girls who are in their 20s, and it's a nonprofit that we teach them everything from mindset to business tips to everything in between you could ever think about. So that's been really, really cool. And let's see what else. Oh, and then there's a local one that my friend, he started a nonprofit called Julian's Fountain of Youth. And that's for the gay lesbian community, and I'm really, really involved with that. And then we get into campaigning, and we got to do that. So all of that is a piece of my history of volunteering. And then I wanted to tell you about this one because I know in one of the polls it talks about like the why, and a lot of them are when it hits close to home. And so at the end of 2014, my husband was actually training for the Dolphin Cancer Challenge, and he found out he had cancer. So you can go to the next slide. So this was my husband with 16% chance of living, and you can go to the next slide. We decided to do the Dolphin Cancer Challenge the year after when he was all cancer free and everything's good. And we formed a team. This is him on his first year doing this. And you can go to the next slide. And this is our first team. So we had like, however many people this is. And we they had a ride. That year they didn't have a walk yet. So that year they did 14 miles all the way up to 100 miles. And it would start in different locations and it would all end at the Dolphin Stadium. And when we went through that, the locker room, they let you go through the locker room on the bikes, and the cheerleaders are there. And like, it just like, I still get goosebumps thinking about it. It was so amazing. I was like, everyone has to have this feeling. So go to the next year. So what we did was we formed a team and we called it the Cancer Fighting Contractors, since I'm a roofing contractor and I'm involved with the Roofing Association. I thought, why not just have not only our team doing it? I didn't want it to be like the Chase Roofing Show. I wanted to be as many people as possible. So in this picture are competitors of mine that all joined together to ride on our team. And you can go to the next slide. That was our second year, first year as that team. And then that's the next year. And then you go to the next slide. It's like so exciting. That was 2019 now. And then the next year we didn't have a group picture. So the next year we're like random pictures everywhere. So I didn't get one big massive one like this. So you can go to the next one. This one here shows like some random pictures, and then now they also do a 5K, so a lot of people do that. We have 3 cancer fighters, cancer survivors on our team, and this is one of them. And on the back of the shirts, they always let you write a little spot that says who you're riding for or walking for. So that's her dad that's wearing the shirt that says, "I'm riding for Erica Utter," and that's Erica Utter. And you can go to the next one. And this is my husband in the middle and me. And this is one of my competitors for another roofing company right there. And this just goes to show you like how cool it is to get everybody together in a group. To date, we raised $98,000 on our team.
Wow. Yes. Your husband's doing well. Thank goodness.
He's doing great. He's 6 years cancer free. So
Oh,
this
okay.
picture here is what we do now in the association. So this woman here, she's a nurse in Broward, the lady who owns this house. She's a mom of 2 small kids. Her mom died and had mental issues. The house got sent to her, but she had no money to help with it, and the house was in dire straits. So our entire roofing association all band together. So we're all these shirt colors that you see on this roof are all different roofing companies that all got together to build a roof for this lady. So you can go to the next one. And these are the committee members. We in the same association, we do a huge fundraiser, and this picture shows $125,000 we raised with our fishing tournament, and we give that to Make-A-Wish Foundation as an association. And you can go to the next one. And this is me with they give each company one. So Chase Roofing is real proud to do that for Make-A-Wish, and this just goes to show you how when you have the heart of giving and you're around people that have the heart of giving, you're put in front of situations where you can really make a difference with other people with you. It's an amazing feeling to be a part of something like this when they hand them a check for $120,000. Like that to me is like, that's a house, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of money. And it's just, I'm real proud to do that. Do I have any more slides?
Let's see.
So the next one, like this is some of the giving back benefits. It starts off with a personal, it feels great, making a difference, bringing someone along with you. And then I moved that same concept into the professional world, and now the community level with joining together with associations and stuff. So
Wow.
I am real proud to be a part of these things, and I'm real honored that you guys have done this and showcased people giving back and how to give back. So
it's a progression from students to our next level of those out in the community, the young people like Brenda and Jeremiah, and then of course Tanya and Reginald and you business owners. Like the progression of giving is unbelievable. So I know we're running quickly on time. We had a couple other quick polling questions we could run through, but I will just give a quick commercial. Our next webinar is January 27th. And we will have a recording of this on social media. So in case you missed it or you want to share it, we'll have it on our website and I'll send it out to you. So for those of you, really quickly, we have 2 more polling questions. Tanya, if you want to just go ahead and number 7. This one is kind of like a summation of everything. It's probably going to be hard to pick one, but you want to go ahead and read that?
Okay, I'm sorry. When you support a charity or someone in need, you are telling someone they matter, you are easing pain, you are inspiring dreams, you are saving lives, or all of the above. So
these are our secrets. We wanted to end the program with some secrets. This is one of the secrets of giving. And then I'll go ahead, we could share the results. And then the next slide also is, here we go. So we could see all of the above. Most people voted for there, and then the next one is very simple as well, and that's this one. Tanya, if you want to just go ahead and read that one. Okay. Tanya, you want to go ahead and read that one as well? She might have muted. All right, Reginald, I heard you. You can read that.
She's asking someone else.
Okay.
statements do you agree with most?
So giving can lead to happiness. People will give generously if asked. I want to shape the story I'm going to leave. We find our true selves by giving and participating in our community. So those last two slides are really, compiled. We heard from all of our panelists, and we were able to share, to compile all their true secrets about giving and how it does lead to happiness. So we want to thank everyone for coming. We can share the last results here of this last one, which was mostly that, of course, all the above, although some people had a few of the other ones that they, want to share as their number one sentiment. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming and joining us. It's been great. We can send out the copy of the recording. We always send a survey, and all of our people are on LinkedIn and Facebook. So if you're looking for, please connect with them. They can get you involved. They can enrich your life, basically. So thank you all so much to our panelists and to our audience. We really appreciate it. And we'll let you get back to get your holiday shopping done and get back to the end of year that you have to get back to. So thank you all so much for being participants and for panelists.
Thank you, Jill, for hosting.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.